So today is our sixth practical lessons. In 1 week ago, we decided and calculated some information about railway transport, how to discover it, how to delivery our cargo from point A to point B, and how we calculated a part of costs and time characteristics for railway transport. Today we was calculated the same parameters, but for car transport we need to now watch how many time we need to deliver our cargo from point A to point B by car transport, and some money parameters also, and to have the answer for our third task, which transport we can choose, railway transport or, for example, car transport. What we need for our cargo and for our roads for delivery. Okay, today we started our next practical lessons, and I show our courses on the platform of Moodle with the information for today's lessons. 1 minute, I show it for you. It is our distance course of Moodle. Please also write in chat plus if you can to see our distance course. It is practical lessons number 6 or SAMI. That all is okay, please?
All is
Can you?
okay.
All is okay? Okay. So practical lessons number 6. Here is located the tasks for practical lessons. You can connect it here, your photo or your documents with your calculated. Today or later when you can to do it. And today we use this information from our methodics. Opened it and add, or maybe it is okay. So you can now use a list of paper, for example, yes, or you can use electronic documents, Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, or notes, or which you prefer on today. And write, please, on your list or in your documents, please, your first name and second name, and write that it is practical lessons number 6, and the terms of our lessons today. It is choosing a cargo delivery scheme. So it is railway transport or car transport. And today we do the task number 3.2. Also, please write on your list or in your documents. It is road option for cargo transportation. So we do today and find time parameters and money parameters for car transport. So when you're writing, we do the information about what we need to find today, and what is the information about road transport. Road transport is characterized by high maneuverability, no overloading of cargo during transportation, shorter delivery time because we have big part of road for transport, car transport, and it is do it more faster and shorter delivery time. Less time of initial and final operations. It is also very important and useful for us when we find a time of delivery. And loading and unloading operations also. However, fuel costs, the unit cost of rolling stock, and the cost of transportation significantly exceeds this feature compared to rail transport. So we can to find this information when we have some characteristics of road transport and rail transport, for example. It is always is very important. Now we need to calculate parameters, time parameters for our road transport, and please, first formulas, it is not the number one formulas for our calculated today. First formulas is number two. So you can also write on your list on your document the number of the formula and only your calculated. We don't rewrite all information about every points about the cargo transport. So only your calculated, please. And first formula is formula number two. You also can write it and write T, big T, with index TC. It is duration of the trip with cargo in hours. We find these parameters. And write, please, is equal to, and in numerator, please find such parameters as L, big L with index C. What it means, we can to find under the formula number two, it is distance of cargo transportation by car from the manufacturer of the to the consignee, for example, in kilometers. We can to find these parameters in our table special. I opened it. I think you can to forget your variance. It is the same as your number or in the list of your group. For example, if you have first variance, such parameters as L with index C, it is our fourth parameters in our table. It is distance of transportation by car from manufacturer to recipient. In kilometers, for example, for first variance, it is 270 kilometers. For second variant, it is 230 kilometers and other. Please find your parameters. It is in numerator under the line numerator, and in determinator we find it our formula number two. So we divide it by such parameters as V with index C. V with index C, it is average technical speed of the vehicle outside the city. And we find this as 40 kilometers an hour for every variance. So please write and calculate it, please. And write is equal to and find this time. How many hours we need to duration of the trip with cargo on our roads. You can leave two points two number after points, please. It is enough, not rewrite all. Okay. If you have some questions or can find something, please ask me or write in our chat. Yes, I think you do it faster because it is only two parameters. And the next, our formula is the formula number one. We need to find the delivery time by road is found as T, big T with index C. Write please on your list or in your documents. First formulas, T with index C is equal to, and we need to find such parameters as big T with index LU. What it means? It is duration of loading and unloading operations with one vehicle. We need to see supplement A and find this time in hours. Now, I opened the supplement A. It is at the end of our documents. Okay, it is supplement 8. What we need to know for this table? We have the table. It is duration of loading and unloading operation for vehicles. But in our task number 3.2, we have different types of car for some variants. So we need to find what is the names. So we can to see the name of your car by your variant, and so we can to find first columns. It is vehicle load capacity in tons, and can to find this time. Okay, I open table 2.3.1. We use the same table, but I decline some information and to up some information for this table for our task number 3.2. So, second line from the end, you can to find such information as car brand. For example, first variants have cars brand Kras to 250H. Second variant has car brands Mass 5549. And please, you can to write on your list somewhere the car brand, or for example, to determine it. Okay, I think you find your car brands. And now I open up our supplement A. On the first parameters, we can to say vehicle load capacity, but we don't know how much can our car brands vehicle load capacity. We need another supplement. I show it. Okay, first columns, it is our car brand. I think you remind it or write somewhere. And the second columns, it is load capacity in tons. For example, if you have a first variant, for example, you have KAMAZ, oh no, KRAS. For first variants, it is KRAS 256. And load capacity of this car, it is 7.5 tons. If you have another type of machine, also you have H tons load capacity. So find load capacity for your car, please. After each, we come back to our supplement A and find what is the load capacity, what is line is for you, for your variant. Also, if you have, we can to see, I come back to supplement B, we can to see that all types of car has a load capacity 8 tons, but only Kras has 7.5 tons. But we can do now that it is 7 tons, it is very little part for us, so we also to round up the vehicle load capacity to 8 tons. So for all variants, we have time 8 minutes. See please in the second columns, from 8 to 10 tons, the mechanization loading method for all variants and bulk cargoes, because we have sand and other stones and other type of cargo. So it is all bulk cargoes for all variants. So we need 8 minutes for loading and unloading operations. But be careful that we need to use in our formula number 1 these parameters in hours. So please, 8 minutes, you can write it in your list or in your documents. 8 minutes we need to multiply by, no multiply it, we need to divide it by 60, by 60. 8 minutes we divide it by 60 and have the time in hours. It is very simple. Okay, I come back to our formula number 1. Number 1 we need now. Okay, we find this T, big T with index LO. It is duration of loading and unloading operation. And after it, we need to add or plus such parameters as T with index TC, which we find in as a result of calculation our formula number 2. So we find it and please add to our first parameters. And is equal to and calculated it, please. The result we have in hours and leave two parameters after point. It is okay for us. So now we calculated our formula number 1 and number 2. And the next our formula is formula number 3. Number 3, I opened it. We need to calculate the duration of one trip of the car, taking into account the empty mileage in hours. We can remember that from point A to point B, it is a heavy car on the road, but in the another way, when we transported our car, can say as from point B to point A, it is the empty mileage. So we also need to find it and use in our time and money parameters. So please write the formula number 3 and write such parameters as O. O is equal to the result of our first formulas, big T with index C. We calculated it a few minutes ago. And plus or add. The result of these parameters, we can see that it is our formula number 2. So we need plus the time from calculated in our formula 2. It is the same. So is equal to, and find how much time we need to deliver our cargo from point A to point B and the empty mileage in another way. Okay. It is also the result in hours. We find time parameters. Okay, we find it. And the next our parameters we can to find in formula number 4. It is number of trips per car per day. How many trips we can do in one day when works our car transport. Please write formula number 4 and parameters it is as big N with index T is equal to such parameters as big T with index D. What it means? It is duration of the car per day in hours. We can find it in our table 3.1 for your variance. Now I open this table. And the last line of our table, it is the duration of the car per day, T with index D in hours. For example, if you have first variance, it is 8 hours every day. If you have second variance, it is 12 hours. Please find your time and write in your formula. Okay, we come back to formula number 4. And divided this time to your in such parameters as big T with index T. It is the result in our formula number 1. Oh, sorry. T with index T, maybe I write this. It is our T with index C, the result of our formula number 1. How many time we need to deliver our cargo. Sorry, so you need to use the result of formula number 1. It is T with index C. And we have in methodic such information that the number of trips must be an integer obtained by discounted the fractions part. So if you have, for example, 1.5 trips, you can to discarding the fraction part, and it was one trip. So we can do two trips to round up the number of trips. So we need to discarding the fraction part. If you have, for example, 0.5, for example, yes, so we round to one trip. So we need to do something so we can't do delivery our cargo. If you have, for example, 2.1 trips, you also discarding the fraction part and have two trips. Please try it and calculate it, how many trips you can do per day. If you have some question, please write in our chat or turn on your microphone and ask. Okay, calculated it. How many trips we can do by one car during the day. Okay, I think you calculated it. And our next formula is formula number 5. We need to find it is our money parameters. If before we calculated only time parameters, now we have money parameters and need to find such the same as for railway transport. Yeah. We need to find the same parameters as for railway transport in our task 3.1. So the next our formula is formula number 5, and now we need how many trips we can do by one day. Okay, right, formula number 5 and parameter C with index C. What it means? It is the cost of car usage to transport goods. So it's equal to, we open opened our quantity and write such parameters as Q. We use these parameters in our task 3.1. I show it on your table. These parameters on your variant. For example, if you have first variance, it is the second line in our table, annual traffic value. In thousand tons, be careful that we need to use these parameters in tons in our formula number 5. So if you have first variants, you write on your list or in your document 47.5 thousand tons, but we need to multiply it on 1,000. And for other variants, we also need to do it. Use these parameters in tons. So multiplied by 1,000. It is for every variant. Okay, I come back to our formula number 5. Also, we on the next parameters, we multiply by such parameters as P with index C. It is price of the car. We can find it in supplement B. I think you remember your car brand. I also show it. It is the second line in our table. It is car brand, Krasmas or Kamas with the number. So you can find it on your variant more. And show our supplement B. We need the last columns of this table B.1. It is price price of our car brand, and also be remember, but we need to use this price in yuan. So please multiply these parameters on 1000 also. So, for example, if you have Kamaz 5511, you need to write 49 yuan and multiply by 1000. Okay, find your price, please. And come back to our formula number five. Oh, it is our formula. So these two parameters was in our numerator, and also we all of it divided by I over denominator. It is 365. It is the number of days in 1 year. Multiply by such parameters as P with index V. It is load capacity of the vehicle. So we also can to find it in our supplement B. I show it now. So we need our load capacity. It is second column of our table B.1. So it is 8 tons or, for example, 7.5 tons for different car brands. Okay, you find it. And come back to our formula number 5. It is such parameters as n, big N with index G. We can to find it in the our table 3.1 or 1 minute and with G. Так, multiply by. No, it is the result of our formula number 4. It is the result, it is the number of trip. The number of trip, we find it in the result of our formula number 4. And please multiply the number of trip which we can do by one car during the 1 day. And calculate it, please. The result was in money. It is money result, so in your age. You can write as your age in гривнас результат. The result in гривнас. And also we need to calculate two formulas with money result. We need more time for these formulas because big part of parameters. Please be carefully and leave also two parameters after point. It is enough. Okay. And our next formula is the formula number 6. We need to find the cost of cargo in the process of transportation. So write please formula number 6 and parameters k with index CTC is equal to open quantity, and also use the same parameters from our formula number 5, it is Q. We need also use in tons these parameters. So if you have first variant, for example, you write 47.5 to 1000 tons and multiply by 1000. Multiply by the result of our formula number 1. It is our time of delivery, T with index C. the result of our formula 1, number 1. And also multiplied the such parameters as C with index CV. We can find these parameters. We maybe already, no, we don't calculated it. Maybe it is in our, yes, it is the price in our table 3.1. It is the third line of our table, which is price of 1 tons of cargo. For example, for first variance it is 15, for second variance it is 6, and other. Please find this cost for your price for your variant. All of this, it is our numerator, so we write divided by of our denominator, find of which is our denominator. Formula number 6, and it is 365. It is how many days in 1 year, and also multiplied by 24. It is how many hours in 1 day. So right is equal to, and calculated how many money cost of cargo in the process of transportation for our roads. Okay. And our last formula, we need to calculate it only one formulas, and it is all calculated today in our practical lessons. So I wait when you calculate the result of 6 formulas. And we do the next. Okay, the next formula is formula number 7. Please write on your list 7. Formula number 7, and we need to find such parameters as cash cost for the transportation of goods for the year. It is very big part of money for the 1 year, and found as the result of these formulas. Please write is equal to our parameters Q, big Q. Also, we need these parameters as in tons. So please look on your formulas 5 or 6. We use this first parameter the same. Multiplied by L with index C. We use this parameter today, but I can show it in our table 3.1. It is our third parameters from the end of fourth line of our table. For example, for first variance, it is 270. For second variance, 230, and other. Please find your distance in kilometers. Okay, come back to our formula number 7. And also multiplied by such parameters as C with index tk. It is the cost of 1 ton kilometers of transportation work by road. And for all variants, we use for calculations such parameters as 0.30 hryvnias by 1 tons kilometers. Please use these parameters for your all variants. Okay, and right is equal to, and the result was in hryvnias, UH. Right, UH, the short name of this valued systems. Okay, calculated it, and it is all for these practical lessons calculations. We finished our task 3.2. And now we have some periods for coffee break during 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, we come back and to do our next task 3.3. We can to find which type of transport is better for us, for it is railway transport or it is car transport. We do the same table and write our parameters, calculated parameters by our variant, and to find the answer which type of transport is better for us. So we do it on our second part of the lessons. Okay, I stopped using